InstaCryptoPurchase.com was a website I bought, and like it had to, you know why? The funniest thing, it's trippy, nobody's gonna care about this, is a weird story. I bought that website because of Alan, because for those of you that don't know, you might list, we'll do like a who is Alan web video one day, but Alan and I were introduced to each other when I started to build Global Exchange, because he was actually spearheading another company that was a crypto startup that was getting people access to crypto in the Asian Pacific market. And he was from Toronto, I mean, so we obviously had some connection in that sense. And he was white labeling our technology, very similar to like what the agencies today, but he went through a much different white label process, because for all intents and purposes, he helped us build our current white label process. And so that's how we got to know each other. But in that regard, he brought something up to my attention. He's like, Sharpen, you need a third party kind of place where people could just go buy crypto instantly, because I don't think that's what Global Exchange. I'm like, all right, cool, man. I'll just go buy InstaCrypto Purchase. And really that just became a destination for credit card processing. That's what it was. Over the last 5 months, I have heard everything. I have heard complaints. I have heard compliments. I've heard the market that doesn't care about us. I have the market that does care about us. And everybody has ideas on how to make accessing crypto easier. You know what's great about that concept though? It's almost like saying how to make your neighborhood cleaner. Well, that's lovely. You should attempt to make your neighborhood cleaner, and that's not applicable to anybody outside of your neighborhood. And everybody in this customer base has nothing to do with each other's way of getting crypto. And that's what Alan was articulating, meaning Alan and I both need Bitcoin, but that's literally the only similarity. He needs it in one country, I need it in a different country. He needs it in one payment method, I need a different payment method. He needs it in one time span, I need another time span. He needs to pay in one currency, I need to pay in another currency. By the way, this is how all of you guys come to Global Exchange. This is how all of you go to Coinbase to some degree as well. Any exchange, and you say, hey, I get it that you have all these different requirements, but you need to service all of them as effectively as anybody could. Clearly, no man could do such a thing. That's why every company that's good, that's smart, they say, ooh, this is wild. I'm going to focus on one country and one payment method. So I'm going to become the cleanest neighborhood humanly possible for this one neighborhood. I'm going to be the kingpin. Coinbase is as big as they are, as great as they are, they're still that. They are still US focused, fundamentally US focused, and more or less ACH debit visas. That's their primary MO. With that being said, Coinbase has as much money as anybody could imagine when it comes to being able to build out crypto infrastructure. They've yet to expand into any other country. They are in Canada, they are in the United Kingdom in terms of buy-side options. That's it. Just think about that. The most established, regulated, well-funded, successful brand in crypto, that's their reach. It's not a knock. That's exceptionally large market. They're killing it. So I can never say something bad about a company doing that well. But there's a reason for that. It's because that's the limitations of the business. Because in order to serve your customers properly, like in order to serve your customers as well as each one of you want us to, you can't serve that many different types of customers. And in crypto, it's different based on what country you're from and what payment method you want to use. If it was a restaurant, it'd be different on what you want to eat. But really, it's here. Those are the two things. So out of that frustration, because you have no idea how frustrating it is to have to deal with that, because you want to provide a good customer experience. Who wants to provide a bad customer experience? Who wants to get people crypto slowly? Who wants to get people's, who wants any of these things? It doesn't benefit anybody. But out of our desire to make it so that more people can access more countries, more payment methods, we of course had to compromise the type of efficiency that you would have if you just said, yeah, we're only taking Canadian customers and e-transfer. You want to know what I would say to that? We would be the best at that if that's all we did. And guess what? None of you brokers would care, because unless you had Canadian customers who take e-transfer, you guys can't make any money off that. So we were faced with probably, in my opinion, the worst two options. Focus in the OTC market, become exceptional, which we knew we could do because we had software and everything. And then none of the brokers would have an opportunity, or continue to essentially horizontally expand and build more minimalistic capacity, like in terms of onboard more countries onboard, and have continuous, not great customer experiences. Just by virtue, it doesn't even need to play out. It just needs to be by virtue. So I said, yikes. And you know what I also said? Every company is going to run into that same dilemma. We just ran into it earlier, but every company will run into it. So to solve that, I went into my layer and built InstaCrypto. I'm going to share my screen now, and I'll walk you guys through it. By the way, my prediction, this is the most popular app on the App Store. I don't know when. I would say probably 16 months. And I don't like making crazy predictions like that, but you'll see why. By the way, that's if it's currently it's been approved by Apple and Google for all the beta testing. So you could get it on the stores for beta testing. You could get on the website. And then after this call, I was going to send them the email to release it public on the App Store, but you can already download it on InstaCrypto.com. So I'm just going to share in my screen. You're going to share my phone right now. And remember, this is the first pillar of 3 pillars that you guys care about. And this is this is the solution for this pillar that I think is revolutionary inside of this pillar.
This doesn't exist anywhere in the world. There's not even
Skyscanner. You keep using Skyscanner.
Well, Skyscanner, sure, if you want to get an airplane. But the whole world is moving into cryptocurrency. The banks are flying in left, right, and center. The entire population, 98% that are not here yet, are coming in. And the biggest problem is getting crypto instantly without too much headaches. And here's the solution.
Great.
And really, it's amazing because it's way better than Skyscanner. And Skyscanner is the best in airlines. And look how many airlines there are. And look how long airlines have been around. Crypto hasn't been around anywhere near that long. This is the entire banking system. Just this alone, forget the other pillars, just this alone will make anybody on this call $1 million or more in very short order.
I think what's more important to state than that while I'm trying to pair my phone is choose Zoom Sharpen. And then if you don't see it, restart my device. The hell?
And please understand, this is going to be an absolute largest variety store that ever existed for being able to purchase crypto. He hasn't filled the shelves yet, but there's already big names on that shelf.
Okay, they don't even know what you mean when you say that. So let them understand what they have no idea what you just said.
They're about to find out.
Give me 1 sec. I think someone's saying they can ask a question while I restart my phone. If you want to address that, or at least say it out to me and I'll address it.
Go ahead. What's the question?
I don't know. Read the chats. Anurag or someone bring it up.
Yeah, go ahead, Danny. What's the question?
Or just type it.
Just say it out loud. Yeah.
Well, he might not have his mic on.
Type it. That's fine.
Yeah, just type it, boss.
Now, Google it is the used to be answer.
Sorry, what was his question, Alan? Can you just?
Question is, how do you transfer funds and withdraw funds? Well, it used to be the Google, and when you did the Google,
sorry, what is he? Sorry, say this question again because I don't. Maybe he has content.
How do you transfer funds and withdraw funds?
I mean, is he talking about just our existing platform, or is it a generalized question? I don't. If we ask him to follow up with that.
Yeah, maybe could a little better. Maybe can.
I think what he means is how does people interact with our platform? That's what I would believe he's saying, but I could be.
Of course.
Could be incorrect about that.
Yeah. Okay, he's got $1,300 in there, and he doesn't know how to.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. That was a
transaction. That'll open up.
No, just Anurag, note that down. We'll deal with it after this call. We'll get him whatever his questions are answered. I'm just gonna have to share it.
Yeah.
All right. So.
You're gonna see it be a lot easier at this point. That's the big thing is getting in and out. That's the huge thing, and that's where the baby steps are. First year in crypto, first few months in crypto, first week in crypto. I don't know. Yeah, I think they're gonna do a Coles Notes version. We're gonna chop down the video and just break it up into 3 different or 4 different parts. So then you can get the mini version with a little bit less jargon and a little bit less sort of understanding for those older visionaries that saw the vision but didn't have the whole tools. Now everybody's coming in with only one thing, and that's a tool. So as he mentioned earlier, anybody who was in yesterday and going backwards, they may say some parts are missing, but anybody from today forward, no, not at all. Now you're going to see the whole thing come together where it's easy from like a complete circle. It's easy from A to B, which is not available anywhere in the world, just so you know. On where the whole world is converting, even the banks don't have it. This is the ultimate to be able to be in this position. I really actually, for those of you who don't need to know about all the history, because the big thing that he said, I think everybody can agree, is that whatever happened, whatever was yesterday with some of the parts missing on the car, it don't matter because they're not missing anymore. And so we don't really care. What we do care about is today forward, and the parts are there. And everything that we need for this new banking world is now in the palm of our hands, literally. I mean, like a cell phone, but literally, and you have full ownership of that, full control of that to be able to adjust the fees and so on. all the things that these people have been around for a while have been dreaming about having is now available. So we're in a really, really strong position that you get to be the very first persons to, I mean, you can bring on any company. It doesn't matter. And Walmart doesn't have it. The biggest companies in the world don't have this. And this is the system where the entire world is moving right now.
All right.
While the fiat system crashes and at $4 trillion printed this year so far, you can see why it might. I mean, you keep adding all this trillions of dollars out of nowhere. I mean, it's like putting water in a soup. How long does it go before you finally spit out the soup, you know? So we're all sitting on a time bomb. How he articulates it across is obviously a lot of technical side, but in short order, that'll be put down to a very short meeting whereby you're going to get the key elements of what it does in layman's terms and to be able to move forward. Great. But I will tell you this. Okay. You got a whole mechanics box of tools in your back pocket. I know you're only going to be able to use the adjustable wrench and the screwdriver, but that's okay. You can use the adjustable wrench and the screwdriver, and in short order, you're going to realize, hey, I got this tool too, so now I can make more money. Oh, I got this tool too, so I can make more money. And I got this tool, and as time goes on, it's a learning curve. There's a lot to learn in the crypto world, but it is the world of all the banks in the future. Go ahead. So I like the fact that it's very robust in the sense that it's way past your level of need, but it will always be that. You'll always be able to keep moving forward and keep getting bigger and growing, and everybody comes in, starts at this first level.
Great. So you see my phone, I scroll to the left. I mean, that's my folder, and I click InstaCrypto. This is already, everybody on this call could go download it. Just you have to download it from instacrypto.com. If you go to, actually, let me just show you that process just in case you want to get it now. Right now it's deployed beta for Google and iOS, and you can go to Insta. So right now I'm in my Chrome, like I'm in my iPhone inside of my browser, and I'm going to instacrypto.com. And I go there and you can see that there is Android, iOS, right? You can see that. And if I click that, if I was on my Android, I would click Android. If I was on my iPhone, I'd click iOS, and I could download the early version. Obviously I already have it. And if there's no test flight updates, I can go with it right now. Great, perfect. So let's show you what it does. Person downloads this app. Remember, now that we've tantalized you enough, I guess, this is the culmination of everything you guys have ever said, including what our ideas are, but more importantly, what everybody else's ideas were. You click InstaCrypto, you haven't logged in yet. I'm logging out just because I've already obviously logged in. But let's say I just download it and I'm logging in like the average person. I mean, I'm clicking the app like the average person, okay? Remember, you're going to tell this to Sally. Sally's going to download the app, or Sally's going to see it on the App Store. She's going to download the app, or she's going to see one of our advertisements. She's going to download the app. She's going to see this. And what InstaCrypto does, and now you're going to get Alan's rant about the Skyscanner, is it organizes the world's cryptocurrency suppliers, of which we are one, into a search engine that filters out every single thing that you don't need. Again, why is that important? Nobody will know after today. But you guys will know, because you lived in a world where that was the norm. You lived in a world where what you would do right now is go sign up for an exchange and then hope they can service you. By the way, all of you guys that signed up for Global Exchange and we couldn't help you as fast as you could, you are also in that boat. We're not exempt from the tribulations of what we're talking about. But an InstaCrypto user who still hasn't logged in, by the way, hasn't signed up or logged in, comes here and he can immediately see all of the cryptos that he's able to buy based on the country that he wants to say that he's in. So up here, do you see, I apologize. If you miss something, don't worry. Lots of product demos are coming for this. Up here is where I get to select my country. I've currently set it at global, meaning it includes crypto to crypto trading. If I only set it at Canada, then the entire search engine is going to readjust and only show me cryptocurrencies that are available in Canada, fiat currencies. Now I clicked fiat currencies. So these are the currencies I can pay with. It's then payment methods. Number 3 is payment methods. So what are you going to see here? You're going to see things you recognize: e-transfer, bank transfer, wire transfer, ACH, cash, PayPal, Skrill, Cash App, Venmo, blah, 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 blah. We have no control over any of these things, and neither do the exchanges. These are the payment methods organized for you. And finally, the sauce that makes the soup work is what you see in the last box right there, bankers. Bankers, bankers, bankers. I just clicked on it, bankers. What is a banker? From here on out, when I say banker, I don't mean what a normal person would say when they say banker, which is a person that works at a bank. When I say banker, it is an internal term. So this is jargon, interject jargon here. I apologize. We just unfortunately have to do it for this one. A banker in global exchange means a crypto supplier that is publishing their liquidity on InstaCrypto. That's what it's an exchange. Simplified, it means just an exchange. That's an exchange that's plugged into InstaCrypto. Okay. We onboard any umpteen amount of exchanges. As you can see, Global Exchange was the first one because we obviously are a liquidity provider ourselves. We are one of many. Coinbase and Binance are there. Don't get excited. I'll explain what that means. But this has not been opened, by the way. We have not opened up our banker side onboarding app, which we have. Banker.app is something that we own and we're releasing, which is really a way that any exchange can automate their business through InstaCrypto. Anybody who has crypto or is a mining operation, investment manager, anybody who wants to build a crypto exchange business or already has it, that's the other side of this that you'll never have to worry about. What you'll have to worry about, and actually the word is not worry about, is the fact that you'll never see something that doesn't matter to you. In other words, I'm still Sally. I still don't know anything about crypto. I download the app because my friend told me to. And what does everybody do when they first find out about crypto? They click the coin they want to buy. Sally's not even going to go through that list. By the way, you can search everything too. If you want to just search, you can search all the cryptos that are available globally. You can then change this and just say how many countries, what countries are applicable. Where does all this data come from? It comes from the bankers. Meaning today, there are 4 countries because the composition, those bankers that we have, those 3 service those 4. Tomorrow, if we onboard Allen's exchange, and they operate in 4 more countries, immediately 4 more countries. Tomorrow, if we onboard Allen's exchange and they have 50 more cryptos, all 50 are added here. We have no notion, all the software that integration circuitry is built. Now it's a matter of managing the 2-sided network. Okay, cool. And yeah, everything, I mean, what this app does in its simplistic form, for those of you that want simply, this was the hardest app I've ever built and it's the least interesting to me, but it's because I had to turn everything into simple, which is a lot easier than it sounds. Okay, what is the average person going to do? I said he's going to click Bitcoin. Why? Because that's what people do when they go to CoinMarketCap for the first time. They click Bitcoin. Okay, when they click Bitcoin, they're going to come to the page where they can explore the Bitcoin page. They don't know what they're seeing in the charts. Okay, Bitcoin is 11,000. Great. They can scroll through any of the assets, and let's say they wanted to click shout out to DGP. They click DGP. They can see that. Let's say they want to see a fiat asset, let's say pounds, they can then see that. And they can just see kind of the markets for that. But let's say Bitcoin, because that's really what people care about. And then at the bottom, it says buy and sell. Remember, you've organized, analyzed all this information. You haven't logged in yet. When you click buy is when it tells you to log in for the first time. Guess what you log in with? Your GX account. This is what you're going to notice. Every app we build, every single thing that we do is unified by your GX email and password. That's a cool feature, log in with Google, log in with Facebook, but that doesn't really capture why that's cool. Why is that cool? Because that means when you sign someone up for InstaCrypto and they use another GX app, guess what? You're still getting paid. Meaning the people that joined Global Exchange as a broker never saw InstaCrypto in the vision because it wasn't. And now, without having to re-sign anybody up, without having to change anything, when their users go and log in with the same thing, guess what? It's connected to their brokerage. Cool. I'm going to log in. And every single element is like thought about, like every pixel, there's no fluctuation in the pixels, always made. It's rough. All right, I'm logging in. And now I can go back to Bitcoin and I could click buy. This right here is what's worth, it's priceless, this checkout, because this checkout is what makes everybody have to lose. So guys, it's not in the Play Store. Don't search it in the Play Store. Don't search it in the Apple Store because we haven't published it yet. You have to go to instacrypto.com to download it. And if you did that, and you just can't see where your installation file is, we'll walk you through that. Don't worry. But just not because we haven't, until this webinar, we made sure that we told Apple and Google, like our accounts, don't publish. Okay, coming back to this checkout. Remember, I talked a lot, and I'm explaining it to you guys a little bit more in depth, but Sally just downloaded the app, now signed up 2 seconds, or already had a GX account because her upline signed her up, and then click buy Bitcoin because that's what she cares about. And right here is why she will never have to think again. Let me repeat that. The great companies of the day are the ones that make their customers not have to think. I used to remember, I always crack a joke with Warren and stuff, be like, yo, did you have to like look at a map and have to remember where things were? Yeah. I mean, I think most of you can relate to that. I don't know where anything is. Like in terms of like in terms of where, if you said, can I go to Starbucks? I could be like, I'm sure there's a Starbucks somewhere. I'm sure we can find the location, but I have no idea how to get to it. And that's simply because Google went ahead. And I actually think better than Skyscanner, Google Maps is really what I aspire to build with this. This is Google Maps for cryptocurrency. I didn't say Google Maps, because what Google Maps said was, man, there's a lot of restaurants. And they're so not well documented because restaurants are big, small, medium, everything. And man, there's a lot of people who are hungry. And they really don't care about a lot of things when they're hungry. So we can't just use the normal search algorithm that shows them a billion results, even though that's already filtered. We have to get them we have to get rid of all the information. So if you're in, this is the perfect analogy. We'll explain this checkout to you. If you're in Brooklyn and you need a shawarma or whatever food of your choice, let's just say shawarma because I'm kind of craving one. And it's 11 p.m. and you type that in Google Maps. Do you know what they're not going to show you? Everything else. Millions, billions of results they're not going to show you. They're not going to show you the coffee store in Vancouver. They're not going to show you the seafood place in Sydney. All of that data they have, but they're not going to show it to you because you don't care. Do you know how expensive and valuable that filtration process is? Because now you used to need to know how to get to that store and why that store is open and when it's open. You no longer need to know that because you've outsourced that parameter. Right now, all of you know where to get crypto. You would say, I could get Bitcoin at Coinbase. I could get Ethereum at this exchange. You guys are crazy. You guys are absolutely nuts. Don't worry, I'm the same way. The next generation of crypto users will be like, what are you talking about? Why do you remember that? Like, why do you even know that? Because that's how complicated crypto is right now. This checkout changes that. I click Bitcoin. You know what it's showing me now? First step, which country are you buying it from? And it's aggregating. And remember, we haven't opened it up to the bankers yet. The only real banker on here right now is Global Exchange and Coinbase and Binance, but those are really crypto to crypto trading for now. This will have thousands of bankers. And I will take some minutes to explain why that's just a joke for how easy it's going to get bankers. Or let me explain that right now. What are we to the banker? We're his entire customer generation system and his transaction management system, his liquidity offboarding, his support system. He, what used to require a huge amount of money to build an exchange, operate an exchange, manage an exchange, he just needs to publish on InstaCrypto. Very similar to how I could start a restaurant today that really has no infrastructure and publish on Google Maps and access all of that. So we are going, once we release that, where anybody who's even, it could be Coinbase and it could be my grandmother wants to sell crypto. It's now even playing field because the customer is interacting with it through one of the best apps ever built, in my opinion. But so the limitations you see are based on the fact that we haven't opened up the banker side. But the data is the important part. So now, what is it showing me? It's saying you can only buy Bitcoin because it's already filtered for the asset you want. Had I put in Ethereum, it would have been a different set of countries. So it's saying you can only buy Bitcoin in these 3 countries. Okay, perfect. I'll choose Canada. That's cool. I'm there. So I click Canada. And I click proceed to payment method. Now what is it doing? It's taking out every currency that you wouldn't be able to use by a banker in Canada. And it's saying, this is the only currency you can pay with. Are you comfortable with that? If there was more than one, because the banker accepted more than one, yeah, great, that would be there too. Okay, I'm gonna put Canadian dollars. And then it's filtering all the payment methods based on those 3 previous parameters. And so it's saying, the one that makes sense here is e-transfer. If there's 4 more, they'll show all of that. Let's say the user clicks e-transfer. And then it's going to show me the list of bankers that can do this. Obviously, in this case, it's just Global Exchange because we're the ones that structured that payment path. And I could say, sure, I'll proceed with quote. And then immediately, it could be Global Exchange, it could be Coinbase, it could be Warren's exchange. It's going to connect to their quote engine. And you can get the quote immediately. And you can execute the transaction. Let me take some time here. If I type in $50, I want to buy, remember, because only thing parameters I said is I can only pay with e-transfer. I wanted to pay with e-transfer. I wanted to be in Canada. Well, I mean, I'm in Canada and I wanted to buy Bitcoin. Okay, so I'll put in $500 Canadian. What is it doing? It's calibrating everything on the banker side. And it's saying, perfect, if you do $500 Canadian, this banker will deposit 353 USD, and then you'll be getting 306 Bitcoin. Do you know why I did that? Because this banker put in the function that he takes it and deposits in the USD. That might not be the case. It's that intrinsically smart. Okay, let me go to the next part. Transparency. What does you see right there? Up right here, it says official fee audit. Do you see that? It might be a little small beside the quote. Beside the big letters quote, it says official fee audit. Once you generate a quote, you can generate a quote by just typing into any of those things. It'll pick it up lifetime. When you click this, it breaks down all the fees. Like I studied every exchange when I was doing this because I hated the way exchanges documented transactions. Because I mean, I get it, but I don't think everybody else would. This clearly shows everything. How much the banker, in this case, the Bankers Global Exchange, but I'll tell you what our plans are for that. But let's say if that was Coinbase, how much Coinbase would be making, or how much Joe's exchange would be making, how much the platform InstaCrypto makes, and then how much the broker makes, your broker. And it's showing you, hey, this is on the USD. Do you want to see the second part of the trade? It shows you everything. Mind you, don't marry those numbers. Those numbers are just based on what we've put in right now to explain. But those are coming in live time. In other words, your customer will have ultimate transparency, not just your customer, everybody. And watch this. This is a bombshell, Anurag, bombshell. Write this time down. There is a coin that all of you guys have been earning, right? For free, that so many people have asked me, what do you do with? And nobody has ever thought about the logical destination for this. Anurag, you know what coin I'm talking about? Or Anurag might not be no longer with us. It's a fallen soldier. I'm joking. That coin is Ceph coin. For those of you that don't know what that is, I apologize. Everybody that's a broker knows what Ceph coin is. Ceph coin is a free coin that you get for staking GXT. If you've staked GXT, you've been earning Ceph coin for the past year. And you have no idea why, really. Ceph coin stands, and I've already explained this, but now you will see it in live time. Ceph coin stands for Save Exchange Fees Coin, Ceph coin. You can't buy it. It's just mined by staking GXT and given. Oh, sorry, he was talking to Anurag. Okay, cool. I hope my mic's not muted. But Ceph coin is mined for staking GXT. Who are the people that staked GXT until this point? Logically, are the brokers, because that's how you obtained your broker license. So basically, for the last year, if you haven't unstaked your coins, you've been earning Ceph coin. You don't really know why, so you don't really care. I'll tell you why. Because the degree to which your customers have Ceph coin in their InstaCrypto wallet waives their platform fees. So do you see there's three people that fees here? There's the exchange. Well, that's a given. There's the InstaCrypto app. That's let's call it our profit. And then there's the broker. What you don't see might be too small to see there's a Ceph coin discount. So the degree to which your customers have Ceph coin washes the InstaCrypto fee. And all of that data is on the homepage. It'll show you exactly how much fees you save. So let me ask you something. Who's the demand side for Ceph coin? The people you sign up. Who has all the Ceph coin? Oh, wait, the person that signed him up. Oh, well, that seems to be the reasonable kind of comparison there. And now, just like if you use Uber Eats or if you use anything like that, Uber Eats always, it's the last step, will say, oh, we've partnered with Loblaws or something. And like, if you have Loblaws points, or I'm just making up a random example, we're going to give you a discount. And now you as the broker that got them access to this app, that's legitimately life-changing in my opinion. I mean, life-changing is a big word, but at least time-changing. And now you're also able to supply them the discount parameter. We don't even get in on that. We honestly don't even know what you're going to sell it to them for. I mean, there'll be exchange, you can quantify that, but just think about that. You are the reason they get access to InstaCrypto. You're also the reason they can discount. So when Alan makes a little bit of an exaggerated claim that this is a banking system, I try not to use those words because I don't want to impose any existing worldviews on people, because I know what he means by that and I agree with them. But just think about what you just had the power to do. Those are two things brokers did that without even thinking, because he's not even doing much of that. It's just all InstaCrypto takes care of it. Great. I could click back to quote and I'm happy and I could execute my trade. Okay. Remember, this was a trade. There are two types of trades in the world. One where you already have the money in InstaCrypto. That could be crypto to crypto trading. That could be even fiat to crypto because you've already funded your account. And then the other type of trade, the one that we're really interested in, is the offline into crypto via InstaCrypto, which is really going to destine at the bankers. This one is offline to online because I chose e-transfer, Canadian dollars e-transfer. Okay. What's bad about offline transactions? Oh my, if this is not germinating negative feelings, I don't know what will. Everybody who's trying to transactional global exchange, I'm sorry. Because even if you had an exceptional experience, it's a horrible experience to have to go and learn how to do a bank transfer. It's honestly a horrible experience to learn how to do anything as a customer. That's why Google Maps works well. It doesn't matter, by the way, I'm not degrading how our process was. I think our process is just as bad as CoinSquare or just as bad as anyone else. But what I'm trying to get across is the crypto world expects your end user to be exceptional. And that's why there's so few users in crypto. And it just doesn't aggregate. You know what this does? I'll tell you why. Once this transaction is initiated, I'm going to click confirm quote. Okay? I'm going to click confirm quote. What does it do here? It immediately took me and got me every step in this transaction before I proceeded. Not generic steps. There is a system of steps for every transaction type configured by the exchange. So if the exchange says, hey, I accept customers in the United States that pay by Cash App, bang, 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 it would get all the steps because we collect and organize that data. And then it presents that to the user to make sure he has every clue. Guys, those of you that do an e-transfer, it's showing you how to add a contact on your banking app that we have no control over. You don't get this vicious without being tormented by these problems for a year. That's the only way I could put it. This takes out every variable, not just from our process, but from any exchange's process that wants to get rid of every variable. And trust me, do they ever. So watch this. The degree to sophistication is what I need you guys to focus on. Do you see where it says the first step is always initiate? The second one is add a contact, then go send an e-transfer, normal stuff. What if I want to continue, I just click proceed. But what if I'm confused? I don't know what an initiate is. I'm not comfortable. Well, why don't they just click inquire? Do you see me type? I'm going to click the inquire button, okay? I'm going to click the inquire button. Okay? When I click inquire, it opens up the inbuilt support chat. It types up the message that references this transaction and sends it off to the support agent and says, hey, I'm looking to make transaction XYZ45342, which you won't know what that means, but the agent will know what that means. That'll know e-transfer Canada, bang, bang, bang. And it'll say, I have a question about this step. And that's it. He goes on his merry way. He's not comfortable. He'll come back when he's comfortable. He'll get a response. Guys, just think for 1 second. Just compare this not just to global exchange. Compare this to the best platform you've ever used in your life for any financial transaction. Okay, go back to that transaction. Feed, right? Bitcoin. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna complete that transaction just to show it to you. But do you see at the bottom here, Sefcoin? It's always at the bottom of the homepage. Sefcoin, Sefcoin, Sefcoin. See it? When I clicked it, it opens up the drawer and explains it. So if you have 20,000 Sefcoin, you get 20% off of, and you have a Sefcoin wallet in here. It's very simple. If you have 20,000 Sefcoin, you get 20% off platform fees. That would show up when you're making the transaction. If you have 50,000 Sefcoin, it'd be 50% off. 100,000, you get 100% off. That's just the platform fees. That doesn't waive broker or banker fees. They're just a little bit of a selling point for people that want to offboard Sefcoin. Okay, buy. I'm just going to go through the process again. Canada, proceed, Canada. Bankers, and get quote, type in 500. Great. I could also type in how much Bitcoin I want or how much it'll do all of that. Click confirm quote. This time I'm clicking proceed. I'm clicking proceed, which is my option if I want to continue. So I click proceed, okay? So now what it does is it initiates the transaction. Guess what? Now the job is in the customer's hands because he has to go make the e-transfer, or he has to go make the PayPal, or he has to go make the blah, blah, WeChat Pay. Guess what? I hated that part about cryptocurrency, which is even if the customer does know everything because we've given him a step-by-step instruction and whatnot, he doesn't actually know how to do it. He knows how to read it. And we've already done a miracle by showing it to him in advance, but he doesn't know what he's doing. So what have we built? Go back to the feed page. Bottom right-hand corner. Do you see this little B button, this little circle right here? You see it? Introducing block check. This is a technology we've been working on for a long time, even outside of the domain of InstaCrypto. We own blockcheck.io. Really what blockcheck is a offline track your transaction software. Just like Amazon's track your package. That was my inspiration for it. So when a transaction is initiated on the blockchain, that's easy to track. That's just called Etherscan or Block Explorer. What about when it's initiated in Santander in Brazil? Where's that transaction? Does anybody know? Does Santander even know where it is? Let alone the customer, let alone the exchange. Now you just, once you've initiated it, you just go to fiat or crypto. I'm going to click fiat. And it says, wait, I have 12 processing transactions. Holy smokes, Sharpen, you better get to that. I'm going to click deposits, and it's showing me all of my pending transactions. It's my assistant. And then look at the last one that I just did. Wednesday, September 16th, 2020. I'm trying to fund my account with 354 USD, right? At the top right there. I just scroll over to the right, and it would show me the step I'm on. Oh, I'm on an initiated step. That's great. But I have no idea what that means. I click initiated, and now live step-by-step tracker of what's happening here. Boss, you've already done initiated. That's the current step. Do the next thing. Please do the next thing. Go add your contact. But he's like, wait a minute. I do recall that there was some adding contact thing I had to do, but I've never used e-transfer before. Should I call my broker? Or you know what you could do? You could click it. And it'll break down everything about that step. It'll give him a video on how to do an adding contact in your banking. It will break down. You can email the support, contact the support, you call them. You can see the institution IDs. You can see screenshots. We haven't added all the actual data because the banker is supposed to add some of this data on the step level. One of the steps could be, yo, make sure when you go into the branch, don't trip on the stairs. I'm being a little facetious, but that's the degree of intricacy that we wanted to take this to. Do you know why? I'm explaining all of this to you guys. This is going to be second nature because they're going to get used to this. And then they'll be like, they'll laugh. They'll be like, wait, what do I need? How did you used to do transactions? Like, well, what? You remembered stuff? Like how I say to people, Amazon track your packages, block check built in. That process, organize the world's data, check out by filtering. Again, the user doesn't even care about what just happened. He just feels like, oh, I checked out. Yeah, that's done. Oh, now I know how to do a transaction. Keeping up with it, managing it, make sure it doesn't lapse, support integration. Do you realize what that means? That's not for global exchange. We are doing that for every exchange on planet Earth. And I think that's the perfect place for me to culminate. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm not reading all the questions right now, but I'm sure there's tremendous amount of questions. I can understand them. Obviously, I'm trying to get through, and I apologize for people I'm not addressing it. I'm not. It's not that I don't want to. It's that this at the high level stuff to get through, and then we'll address all of them. The limitation to InstaCrypto is simply based on network effect, because the software, which is the priceless element, is done. I could retire today. Retire meaning I could stop developing software today, and it's just a matter of getting bankers and getting customers. And fundamentally, that's what's great about a network effect. They work on each other. Every banker is more customers, because as soon as an exchange, let's say tomorrow Ariel starts an exchange, he's all gung-ho, oh, I got crypto, I can sell it, now I can do it through InstaCrypto. Guess what he didn't have to do? Spend $1 million to develop a software, spend several $1 million to develop the infrastructure, tracking infrastructure, my God, he didn't even know what to spell tracking infrastructure. And then after all of that's said and done, maybe he has 50 customers, maybe he has 100 customers, maybe he has 1 million customers. Guess where he has to send them? Google Maps. Whether you're McDonald's or your Sharpan Shawarmas, it's Google Maps. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the first part of InstaCrypto. It is, in my opinion, the ultimate non-thinking tool for the crypto age. Every single Sharpan product you're going to hear and have heard are all high-thinking products, except this guy. Alan, maybe you want to add something. Warren, I'd love to see what you have to say if you have to say anything. Obviously I'm not done, but I'm just going to break off there, maybe.
Well, I think we had a conversation at one point, how easy it was for, other companies, or I'll call it the banker that supplies the cryptocurrencies, to get involved. And the bottom line is, you're offering a complete sales system for free to every single person selling crypto in the world 24/7.
Also buying crypto, they might just be in the business. They might have a lot of dollars, right? They might be any side of the trade, right? They're a business, you're the user, or your user's the user, let's call it, right?
So if you have a business and somebody says, here's a storefront, I'll give it to you for free if you want to put your business there, what's the likelihood of you wanting to put your business there.
I mean, it's redundant. Absolutely. You're completely correct.
No brainer, right?
Yeah,
so in very short order, with a slight bit of marketing, with very short order, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, there'll be very few companies left
that are not on it. Yeah. So let me attack that, because Alan, you're harping on that. I know why you're harping on that, but when you first even hear about InstaCrypto, your mind doesn't immediately go there. So I just want to be fair to the fact, right? What Alan is saying.
What I'm trying to do is just cover for all the people. To all the people who've ever tried to get crypto and have gone through that headache. This is removing that headache right here by giving you
on the individual level. It's removing the headache on the individual level. How do you remove the headache on the individual level? You get as many options, but then you have analysis paralysis, right? This is like the complaint about global exchange. There's so many fiat currencies. I don't know what to do. Fair. That's fair. That's why McDonald's only has like 5 things on their menu. So we've done both. We are collecting more data and more sources of data than any other company as soon as we move this Monday morning. And then we've distilled the individual transaction. We're not even distilling it at a user level or a transaction level. We're distilling it at a step level. Do you know how sicko that is? And I'm not saying that to kind of be proud of this. I'm saying that because it's obvious that an average user would get addicted to this, because we've seen it in internet services, every internet service you can imagine, e-commerce, search engine, education. That's how they are. They want to outsource thinking. The only industry where I don't see that is cryptocurrency. You expect them to be a genius. By the way, global exchange until now expected them to be Einstein, not only a genius, but a ridiculous genius. And now what we're saying is, doesn't matter. This is usable by a 5-year-old. If it's not, we're going to continue tweaking. Obviously, we're not done. We're going to continue tweaking. Okay, let me show you let me now address Alan's point, because it's important, which is kind of questions about the bankers. Okay. Global exchange is the first banker. All that means is that our existing OTC infrastructure, and let me now, is that a bug? It might not be, just go deal with that, sorry. What? Talking to him. And my thing is just dust, forgive me. So our existing OTC infrastructure, the reason you guys all signed up to be a GX broker, if I'm assuming a little bit, I apologize if I am, is because you wanted to be able to make money off of the trades people do global exchange. Let me be very clear. We were agnostic on the currency, but we were still the exchange that was dealing the liquidity, which means your success and the customer's success was based on us. If we didn't support a currency, you can't do anything. If we didn't support a payment method, you can't do anything. If we didn't support such and such, that's it. So what we've now done is we've removed ourselves from the equation. When I say removed, we're just actually one of many bankers that will be there. And I genuinely don't want to be there. Like I'd love to just extract myself, but right now we're obviously the ones that have it all set up. And as soon as we get a couple in Canada, a couple in the US, a couple in the UK to cover our ground, I'm taking global exchange off there. You don't need to be a restaurant when you're Google Maps, right? And I'm not dissing restaurants, love them. I think they're fabulous. But let me speak to the banker side. So the big exchanges, now let's just look at logic here, right? Who needs us the most from the banker side? So obviously the small exchanges, because the small ones are the ones that haven't invested all the money to build their own apps and their consumer interfacing technology and blah, blah, blah. So the guy that starts an exchange tomorrow, approximately 7,000 exchanges in the world. I'm sorry, not 7,000 cryptos. Approximately at this point, there's about 2,000 exchanges in the world. And that's an unverified number because there might be one starting right now. Most of them are horrible. Like so horrible, you haven't heard about them. And you will never heard about them. You'll never hear about them. It's like, I think the stat is something like there's like 1 million songs released every month. Like just something, and the reason is you're just never gonna hear about them. They're horrible. And why are they horrible? Because of consumer technology, because it's not easy. But they're not horrible for the one guy in Thailand that can use that payment method that weird exchange provides. So now we're taking his on the ground infra and plugging it into the greatest consumer experience, in my opinion. So now what we're really gonna do is we're gonna monopolize the exchange market, and we're giving to them, this is a steal. They don't have to build anything. The transactions are managed, support is managed, liquidity managed. They just automate their business and they get to compete with Coinbase. Now, who's gonna be last to the party is Coinbase. And I'll explain why they're already here, but I'll tell you, they're gonna be last to the party. Who was the last company to sell on Amazon? Apple, Nike. Because although Jeff Bezos had God knows how many customers, Amazon and Nike and Apple said, yeah, you should look at our name. We're Apple and Nike. We have our own stores. And they could keep that fight up for a long time until 2014, Nike comes on board. 2017, Apple comes on board. Because it's only a certain amount of time it's too big. Customers get addicted to the Amazon. And that's what's going to happen. Okay, now let me explain the difference of the type of bankers that could be there, because this is just a little technical, but if you understand it, it's very clear. There are exchanges that only do crypto to crypto trading. Actually, let me rephrase that. All exchanges do crypto to crypto trading. Some exchanges also do fiat to crypto. So let me rephrase that. Let's say there's 100 exchanges in the world. Almost 100 of them, I would say, unless there's a weird anomaly, would do some form of crypto to crypto trading, even if it's one pair on the back end or whatever. But only 10 of them do fiat to crypto, and only one of them do GBP to crypto, and four of them do USD to crypto, as an example. For us, the really valuable ones to bag are the fiat to crypto ones, and the small ones at that, because the small ones are operating in a market we're never going to get to because we don't care about it. So that's what we're going to go after. However, let's talk about the other people in the game, the crypto to crypto. You know what's great about those guys? We already have all of them because we did build a routing engine called GXTrade, and that's why Coinbase and Binance are there. Actually, by the end of this week, almost every major exchange will be there for crypto to crypto trading here. But that fiat to crypto infrastructure is what we're going to go after. And one day, Coinbase will also add their fiat to crypto infrastructure to InstaCrypto. No day soon. Their day will come. But let me ask you a serious question, my American friends, because really Coinbase is particular to you guys. Coinbase lets you fund your, I only use them because I admire them so much. They let you fund your account. It'll take 3 days to clear. If it's a bank transfer, credit card will work instantly if it works. So let's just say they have two options, credit card, bank transfer. Do you care if it's Coinbase, if those two things work as well as Coinbase? No, especially if the consumer software is as nice as Coinbase, because Coinbase has amazing consumer software. So now all we need to do is go get 4 no-name exchanges who just have the banking infrastructure in the United States. And bang, bang. What's the difference between them and Coinbase when you have it via InstaCrypto? And that's how you immediately, every market, because it's impossible for one company to do it. And Coinbase couldn't do it, global exchanges for damn sure couldn't do it, and none of these guys could do it. And this is the solution to the impossible. And I'm not saying I solved it, I think I found a loop, which is when everybody has to play a domesticated game, I don't know, build Google Translate or something to interbridge the domestication. But yeah, so Coinbase right now is already available for crypto trading. Let me show you how that works. I click, same thing, right? I click Bitcoin. I click buy, but instead of clicking Canada, I click the United States because that's where Coinbase operates. And immediately it's going to give me a couple of options. But what you're going to notice here is, oh, US dollar, that's great. And it's going to say, what do you want to pay with? And it's going to say Vault. Vault, if you see Vault, and I'll put a disclaimer there, what that means. Vault means you already have the money on the platform. So Vault's our technology. It's an internal trade with Coinbase. Once Coinbase comes on board as like a real onboard, offboard ramp with us, then it'll also say Coinbase's bank. Or, and I don't even need you forget about Coinbase. As long as any guy that accepts USD for Bitcoin comes on board, it'll say all the other, it'll say Square, it'll say Cash App, it'll say Venmo, it'll say all of that. But because it's crypto to crypto trading, and that's what because we have already integrated with Coinbase on our GXTrade, they don't really care on the crypto to crypto API side who's integrated with them, and we've integrated really well. So all Coinbase's trading pays are here, but just crypto to crypto, which means you have to use global exchange to fund your account and then trade on Coinbase or some combination of that. So now I'm going to click Vault and I'm going to click Proceed. And look what it's going to do. It's going to say Coinbase and then Proceed. And now it's just USD to Bitcoin. I don't know if I have any USD. I will check. We'll find out, I guess. Click Confirm Quote. And do you see? What does that say? One step, initiated, because it's an on-platform trade. It's because this is not a fiat to crypto play. It's better because it's still USD. It's not offline to online. Because even global exchange has only crypto to crypto trading that you would find if you went through this, if you stumbled into that. And now you click proceed. And if I have the money, which I don't know if I actually put the money in there before I did that, I might fail because I don't have the money. But if I did, that's it, done. Donezo. Coinbase. And yep, completed. Yeah, trade's done. Guess what? Some broker made money. Wait, did I just say a broker made money? Ariel, I think I just said a broker made money. Yeah, I did say that, right? All right, cool. When you call Brian Armstrong and ask him, hey, now I'm able to override your trades. Just don't mention my name. Guys, you went from relying on us, which I appreciate, to now having every liquidity provider at your disposal to profiteer from. GXOTC broker program superimposed on everything except global exchange. Doesn't mean that global exchange will also be providing liquidity. All right. That's the InstaCrypto. Oh, let me just show you a couple more gadgets about this. Now I'm just bragging. If you go to like a fiat currency, let's say you go to USD, what does it also say at the bottom? There's buy and sell like crypto, buy, sell, but there's also just deposit. So if you click just deposit, it's instant deposit. So now it's basically just going to say, I want to fund my account in InstaCrypto with USD. Who's going to do it with me? Because you still need a banker to do that. And it'll walk you through that process. And guess what? The really big part of our business that we've neglected because it's not that it wasn't important. It's that it's very important, but we knew we were going to get to it is what? Withdraw fiat currency. And you know what I know about withdrawing fiat currency? It's a disaster. Hashtag disaster. And that's why it's no longer our problem. Because now every banker who's domestic to your country will manage that.
Question out there, does the
I'm sure
user
there's lots
need
of
to
questions.
have a Coinbase account? And I would say no, but
Nope.
I'll let you answer.
Yeah, no, Alan, I appreciate you letting me answer that, even though I know you very couldn't easily answer that. Great question. So one of the context, we built that routing engine for high frequency trading, and we have a high frequency trading product line which we're not even releasing because we don't want to add any complexity to this 3-pillar approach. 3 pillars. Or else I have the craziest I have a bag in high frequency trading that nobody wants to. They don't want that bag. But because of that, we did build this integration software that essentially routes trades immediately instead with the exchanges that they had to comply to that. And then we didn't create the protocol because they all came together, 160 exchanges, to comply to some open source software that we made this routing engine for. The thesis of the routing engine is you don't need to create an account. So we've now just superimposed that into InstaCrypto.
So I got a question that came earlier. Somebody asked if there was a coin out there. Is there any way that is not here? Can you get it loaded on?
Yeah, 24 hours.
24 hours. And that same person, Patrick, is also asking the question, if they brought
a banker or brought a coin.
Staking their currency, if they were staking the currency, what happens?
Sorry, I interrupted you so many times. I apologize. Can you say the question again?
Staking the currency in the network, in your network, what happens?
I don't know that's a technical question. I need to read it. I'm sorry, Patrick. I'm just remember that I'll answer it after because there's many different ways I could answer that based on his particular.
He's actually talking if he gets his coin to be on here as one of the trading spots.
Yeah.
Then he goes out and buys a bunch of it and wants to stake it on your account.
His coin. I'm assuming it's just representative of a coin that just was created or by anybody by him.
It wasn't on your account beforehand. Yeah.
No. So there's difference, right? So
he's speaking about interest, APY.
APY? Like you ask him, you get the details. I'll answer the question. Ariel's going to go back and forth with you until you get I'll have an answer to what you're saying. It's just a matter of ironing that out. But yeah, Ariel wants to clarify. I think what he's meaning is if there's a coin that anywhere you would earn interest by holding, maybe something like MakerDAO, would you be earning interest here? Or is he asking about our interest rates? Or is he asking like, what is the question about?
Asking like crypto.com, not cash. So basically staking.
So home.
And earning interest.
Oh, but man.
Interest rates. He wants to know.
No. My friend, what's his name?
Patrick.
Pillar number 2. I got it for you, man. And not like any crypto.com, cool company. I know some of the guys, cool company. I'm about to show you pillar number 2 is nothing like crypto.com. It's nothing like anybody's ever seen before. I think Matthew Snively has seen it now. That's the only person. But I'm just not going to address it now because it is a pillar number 2. What you just asked is the question of how to grow portfolio, how to grow. But unfortunately, Patrick, my first priority to get the guy crypto. And then, we there, pillar number 2, we big. Okay, so let me show some gadgets off, some bells and whistles, and then we'll move straight to pillar number 2. I know, guys, please, I appreciate it so much. You probably have so many questions, so many if, ands, buts, and others. We're going to answer all of them. I just plead you write them down and don't make me answer all of them right now for the sake of all the people that are going to watch this video, because your questions will be answered in very thorough format. I don't want to make this a Q&A video when I have so much to get through. I want to answer it. And please don't think you're going to remember your question if you don't write it down. I assure you, you won't. Just write it down, send it to Anurag, send it to Ariel, send it to Alan. We'll get to it. That doesn't mean I'm ignoring it. I want to address all of them. Some gadgets, and then we'll move on. Safcoin is already there. Do you see this button at the top right-hand corner? I just clicked it. Like if you used Instagram, it's like where the DMs are. Ariel, have you seen that button? What does it do when you open it? Please. When you open it, what does it say? What does that say? I just opened the top right hand. Like if you use social media, you would know top right hand button is meant for instant messaging, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Opened it. So it's a company called chats.io that we integrated with. They provide chatting software. Okay, that's besides the point. But what have we integrated with them? Do you see what it says? Friends. You can't click on that yet because you'll be able to create friend groups and send money collectively, send money to each other. It's already done. I just need to pull it in. Insta transfer, support, donate, and prospect. The 2 that are scary are donate and prospect. Donate means you can make charitable donations directly from here. And prospect means you're a broker and you can send this to somebody and we'll do all the prospecting for you. But let's do the 2 functional ones. If you click support, guess what? It opens up your support chat. And you can say, hey guys, you're horrible. And I'll respond. You respond back to that. Not just playing around. But that's it. Immediate support, access support. I mean, guys, it was my crazy idea to do WhatsApp chats for every single GX user. I dare somebody to try to do that again. We did it. We still manage some of that. That's absurd. And then move to building GX chats. Did we think that GX chats was going to be as effective as WhatsApp as a chatting software? Of course not. We're not lunatics. But what I knew was when the distribution came for our mainstream crypto software, GX chats was going to be instrumental. You'll see why. Not just for immediate support software, but for a bunch of different things. You'll see why. But I'll come back to that. But yeah. Ariel just responded saying, what are you experiencing? I'm like, yo, leave me alone. So go back to feed. Instant transfer. I'm going to click instant transfer. I do that kind of fast. Instant, click up here, then click instant transfer. Figure out which currency I want to send. Who's on this call? Who do I like? Yeah, who's on the call? Who do I like? Name a person you think I'd like.
Julia.
All right, Julia. I'll do Julia. What currency does she want?
She likes Canadian.
Does she like Canadian dollars? Out of all the cryptos I could send her, she wants Canadian dollars. What do you mean?
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin it is. That's funny. Okay. And but by the way, if I had only Bitcoin, but you see that I didn't, right? Because I had a bunch of different currencies. But if I had only Bitcoin, and I wanted to send Canadian dollars, I just can do that like literally without even doing a trade. I just click send, transfer, choose the currency I want to send, which is Bitcoin, and then choose the recipient currency. And Julia wants CAD or Tron or Ripple or Timbuktu coin for all I care. I'm just going to keep it with Ethereum for this one. I mean, Bitcoin, sorry. And then what's Julia's email? Someone read it to me. My pop filter needs to be adjusted. I need her email.
Julia, what's your question? What's your email? She got it typed in here somewhere. Type it in. Yeah,
so once the friends component is enabled, which the web version not the web version of InstaCrypto, but one of the web apps has the friends component enabled. And that's game changing too, because really then you're whitelisting every crypto address. I'll show you guys. Then you won't even need to type her email. You'll just have her saved as a friend. A money friend, the first money friend you'll have. Go ahead. Email me. Someone read it out.
Did you
Alan.
send it?
I'm sure
Yes.
she's. Yeah.
Julia, you're there. Type in your email in the chat room.
Or I'm going to have to send it to Alan. And Alan's been harassing me for some coins.
No, can you send it to her account that she doesn't have yet? Is that?
So if she has a global, that's a great question. If she has a global exchange account, then no, this is only for global exchange customers. I'll show you the difference between someone who is and who isn't. If she's not one yet, then she doesn't have to be a customer, just be a user. Okay, I'm going to pick, who else is there? Okay, I've been sending Toto coins. So who else is there? And I'm going to give Toto a free shout out today. So I'm going to pass on Toto. Shout out to Toto though. He's killing it. What's Dale's email? I for damn sure know Dale has an email because he didn't keep winning those crypto lotteries. Dale, what is it? Dale?
Dale, D-A-L-E.
Yeah. B-A-E-T-E-N. So am I spelling that correct? You see my screen, right? All right, cool. So Bail.com. Click see availability. User not, am I spelling it wrong? Maybe that might be just an internal error, but am I spelling it wrong? Am I spelling correct? Okay, cool. So I have an idea. Yeah, it's caps, which I'll fix. I'll make it not case sensitive. Oh God, iPhone fixing case sensitive stuff on iPhone is the worst. D-A-L-E-B-A-E-T-A-N-E-N-T-E-N, yeah? Is that correct? This user found, oh, sorry, it's gonna pick up only InstaCrypto users. Okay, so, okay, that's gonna be, yeah, you'll get confused on this. Okay. At the global exchange level, all of you guys are registered. That's the easiest way to think about it. Just invest some cognition into understanding this. It'll save you a lot of time. Everybody has a GX account. The first time you log into InstaCrypto, you now get a sub profile for InstaCrypto. It's still log in with your GX credentials, but it's a child profile, which means that any GX app that you log into, you'll also get a new profile for that app. So what this is showing is that Dale hasn't registered for InstaCrypto, and you don't have to register, you just have to log in with your GX credentials. So apologize for that. By the way, you also get new crypto wallet, you get new addresses, you can move money between your apps. I mean, it's really that. I'm gonna send it to Ariel. I apologize for having to send it to a person that's sitting beside me. And if it doesn't work for Ariel, then it's my fault. To InstaCrypto? Yeah. All right, cool. What is it? SNIV? ELY at Yahoo. Matthew, what's up, man? What's up with the Yahoo? I even use the Gmail icon as the icon for email to hint. But honestly, I'm going to check right now. Perfect. Yeah, congrats. Matthew's already a user. All right. I can add him to my friends. I can make this a group send. But no need for all of that right now. Just click add. Hey, Matthew, what currencies are we sending off to Matt? I'll give him 0.0. Oh, 2 decimals there. 0.0001. Bitcoin's kind of expensive now. That's fun. That's actually funny though, because when something doesn't work as global exchange's fault, that's bad. All right, completed. Matthew, check your app. You got money, and that's it. I could send money to any InstaCrypto user. I could send cross transactions. Guess what? If I had only had Ethereum and Matthew needed Bitcoin, I would have just clicked from Ether and it would have landed in Bitcoin. I'd made a trade on the way there. Guess who got paid? The broker. Yeah. I mean, it boggles my mind when people would ask me, and now I don't criticize them because I understand why, because we never had clarity. In my head, it was just like, yo, all right, I built the brokerage model. I know how people are getting paid. Now I need to create the most use cases in the world for them to have an opportunity to create transaction fees. And that's really all the GX apps ever wanted to do. Like inside of InstaCrypto, you obviously make money off trades, but you don't even know how many types of trades a user could make in any given transaction. And that's where it's responsibility for us, because this was never meant to be, hey, I just became a GX broker. I'll come to my house. I'll show you all of our great soap. No, you sign the guy up. You sit back, let him collect the revenue like an exchange does, like a bank does. Anyway, Matthew, I sent you $1. Next time we go out for lunch is on you. Not playing around. See, other bells and whistles apart from that was Earn. I'm not even going to go into Earn today because that's just scary. Okay, I'm going to go into it today. So Earn is the second button in InstaCrypto. Remember, I'm not talking to you guys now. I'm talking to my younger sister who doesn't know how to spell crypto. And with that being said, you know what she really likes? to make free stuff. She likes getting free stuff. Who doesn't like getting free stuff? I think we all like it. Earn is and Alan, this is the first time Alan's seen this. Oh, there's no campaigns. God damn it. I should have made oh no, that's just for rupees. 1 second, let me get Bitcoin or Tether. Me either. Okay, I should have initiated a campaign. Okay, there's no point me showing this right now without me showing the campaigns unless homie's gonna create one right now. Anyway, you wanna create one? You know how to do in the Postman? Who would be, is money still up? If money's up, he'll know to create one. Anyway, I'm going to leave this out. It is a consumer-facing prospecting tool. It is going to be the reason in...
You sent a screenshot of the transfer.
Oh, in the Zoom?
No.
Yeah, Matthew got the screenshot. I mean, that must be faster than e-transfer. That has to be faster than e-transfer. Okay, guys, Earn is something called, it's called Earn, but really what it was inspired by, and this actually makes a lot of logic for the brokers. See if Money's awake, if he is, can make a campaign. If he's not, like I know how to make one, but I would have to suspend the call, which I don't. Earn is a way for people to get free crypto. Let me explain. Because if all of you guys don't want free crypto, then I don't know why we're talking, because we ain't friends. I have friends with people that want free crypto. How do you get free crypto from Earn? You do stuff. This is where it would have been great. So there are Insta-Earn campaigns for each currency, so Bitcoin, and a campaign is created by a brand who wants to make you do something. Let's just say there's a brand that wants to make you watch a video. I'll give you one brand that wants to make you watch a video, Global Exchange. So Global Exchange wants to make you watch a video on how to use their InstaCrypto app. They could go to YouTube and we can pay PPC for YouTube and run ads on YouTube because we want to put our InstaCrypto app in your head. Or I could put that function of what I want the user to do on InstaCrypto as an advertiser, and it would come up here, and any of you guys or me can literally come and click it. That's why they're just making a campaign right now. And it'll say, hey, do this in this task. Go comment on this picture on this social profile based on whatever the brand wanted, and you get InstaCrypto. Go watch this video. It's literally, most of them, the ones that we initiated this for, were just watch the video. And at the end of the video, you get crypto. I mean, you're not going to get like much money, but it's free. What is it? It's redistributing the advertising cost that cryptocurrency companies have. I wonder where all the cryptocurrency companies are going to end up. Oh, wait, they're all the bankers. So the bankers run ad campaigns that your customers can just monetize here. In the meantime, your customers are not getting educated. To be honest, this was an advertising product I built for non-crypto companies called Engagement App. And any banker and anyone could do it. If you want to launch an ICO, you could go pay a bunch of advertisers, or you could pay the people that you want buying the ICO directly through InstaCrypto. Seconds. That's why if they do make one, it's crazy how this works. You want to know what the first version of this was? Anybody who's on this video or who's made this comment, I respect you and appreciate you. Last person said to me was, I know Warren says it to me every day, so I'll just use him. Sharpman, there's too many videos. To which I say, okay, there's not actually enough because there's more information that I want to say. To which he says, you've lost your mind. This is way too much content. And I said, you know what? He has a point. He does have a point. Because I'm not Game of Thrones. I don't think you guys want to see me that often. So what I created in this was a way that if you watch my YouTube videos, that's literally what this does, and let them turn it on, a campaign will come here as soon as we drop a video on YouTube, on Instagram. And in the description of that video will be a code, 45643. And the user just has to come here, click the video, and enter the code, and he gets paid. Why? What does that prove to us? Proves that he watched that video. So now we have an engagement metric. And guess what he had to do to get paid? Sign up for InstaCrypto, create an account, get introduced to crypto. You have a generation, multiple generations of people who they're not buying crypto. Like, this is the thing we have to remember. I never bought US dollars in my life. I never bought Canadian dollars. I earned those currencies. None of you guys ever bought your whatever the most currency you have the most amount of, you never bought it. You never bought any of it. You earned it. So until you can get to that type of denomination for crypto, It's not happening. Whatever mainstream aspirations you have. Yes, InstaCrypto's feed page is about getting people to buy and out of crypto. InstaCrypto's earn page is readjusting the existing crypto infrastructure to say, hey, why don't you get paid for learning about crypto? And I will end it with that. You will get paid for learning about crypto. That might sound ridiculous. I would pay you to learn about crypto because I know as soon as you learn about crypto, if you were a non-crypto user, you would be coming to be a customer of my company. You know who else feels like that? Binance and Coinbase. That's why they have similar programs. This is just a uniform one for any exchange to use or any crypto platform. And to be honest, I have a couple barbershops in Toronto. They'll use it. You get free haircuts for coming. It doesn't matter. We're agnostic. But the fact is you get to earn crypto, buy crypto instantly. Guess what? If they trade that crypto, who's making money? Okay, good. So, and I mean, there's so much stuff. The brands are there. Like you could see the brands, both are InstaCrypto right now. Giveaways will be like crypto lottery stuff. It's just advertising. Wallet, the greatest wallet in the history of wallets. I obviously don't mean that literally, but it is one of the most simple yet informative because, hey guys, some of you guys are mean. You ever see the Jimmy Kimmel read mean tweets section of celebrities? Honestly, I feel like I had to do that a lot over the last year because everyone's just being so mean. They're like, this is the worst wallet app I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, all right, man, like, cool. Like, I didn't think it was that bad. I'm joking. Obviously, it's fair to always want better interface. So I cracked down and I built, in my opinion, what I took from the market as they're all real requirements. And is honestly the simplest, most effective interface for a wallet. Even if you don't want to care about the feed, which is absurd, and you don't want to care about the earn, which means you don't want to just make free money, all your customers will use this as a wallet. What does it do? It has all of the currencies at the top. That's all, you click it, you can navigate between Bitcoin or Ether. You can see me navigating at the top. It's changing everything. Let me now get into the simplicities, guys. It's all simplicities. Even yesterday, I'm like, it needs to be simpler to withdraw. It needs to be simpler to trade. Okay, I got you. I've been working on it. So you have your transactions page. First of all, you have your balance right there. You see it, Bitcoin wallet. I could see my Bitcoin balance in dollars by just clicking the dollar button. See, now it's in dollars. And I could click it in Bitcoin and go back to Bitcoin. And that's with any currency. We just use USD as reference. Then you see your transactions log. You have all your transactions. You can organize and only see your transactions that are deposits. Now you only see your deposits. And then in your deposits, you can organize it based on what status they are. Okay, that's cool. But the main thing that I wanted to solve with block check, with everything, was the structure of a transaction. Mind you, what I'm about to show you is way over a normal person's head, but it's not, because I'll tell you this, the 19.5-page mutual fund contract you signed before you gave your life savings to your mutual fund was way over your head as well. It's simply the fact that they had it made you comfortable. And so really, when you give this much information, what you're displaying is, it's the most transparent app in the world. So when you click on a transaction, it's not. When you click on a transaction, it literally could just be a deposit from a GX transfer, or it could be the most complex trade in the world. What happens? I'm going to click this transaction. You have a transaction summary. I'm actually changing it to transaction audit. Oh man, this thing is advanced. If you can learn everything about a transaction, you will not, because nobody cares as much, but I built it, which is you can nickname your transaction. You can learn about each element of the transaction, how much fees you paid at each step of the way. Let's say you did this from a banker. You can obtain more information on the banker that you did the transaction with. You can contact the banker directly. You could blah, 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 blah. Look at the download. You can share this with your mom because maybe she's afraid you made a bad transaction. You could download it. I think those two functions need to be enabled. And what is dispute? If you click dispute, guess what it does? Opens up a support chat. Again, why? Overkill. That's the name. That should be my middle name. Sharpan Overkill. Paracast. There's just not a wallet like this on the planet. It's facts. Now, are we the fastest still? Nope. Nope. We'll get there. Just like we got here. We'll get there. And when we get there, it'll be the fastest, it'll be the most transparent, it'll be the most convenient, it'll be plugged into the most liquidity markets, it'll be plugged into instant earnings, it'll continue to add this. We're never going to be satisfied. We don't see competition. There's no competition. We're going to eat that. So when you click deposit, you can deposit from an external Bitcoin wallet. Super simple. Copies immediately. Apologize for the people that think I'm talking in a remedial fashion. It's only because we have actually failed to make some of this stuff simple, and apologize. These criticisms are real and they're accurate. I'm not I might feel, someone that might not have made these criticisms might feel like I'm making fun. No, I'm not. This is a legitimate criticism that we did not make happen. And so I'm just kind of going over the fact that we were dumb for not making it, and now we're here. If you click Vault, remember, this is not how you buy crypto, so you deposit it. If you click Vault, you can actually pull in all of your money from your GX Nitrous account or from any vault in the global exchange ecosystem. So I'm just going to move in. So select the GX vault you're withdrawing for. Okay, I got some Ethereum in my GX Nitrous account. I want to deposit, I'm depositing it in Bitcoin and InstaCrypto. Let's do 0.005, which is not much ETH. Immediately converts it for me. And is this the iPhone problem that has never left me? Oh, it is, the return button. Oh God, that aggravates me. Sorry. Android has a return button and iPhone doesn't, and we need to add the function to be able to click return on the keyboard. That's one. Oh, there we go, done. But it always does that nonsense. Those are the small bugs that we need to work out for the next day. And this only happens on the deposit, because on the withdrawal, I fixed it. That's weird, eh? Anywho, you can see what I mean by that. So let me just go back. And guys, I'm also don't use an iPhone. Like this is, I'm learning how to use it right now. I know that sounds funny, but yeah, like I don't hate them, but I just think that they pander to lack of buttons that I like. It's a fair statement. Okay, click, not earn, sorry, click wallet. All of this is functional. Every single thing I'm showing you, transaction, every single thing I'm showing you is functional. I really feel bad that the one campaign wasn't live so I could actually show that too, because that's all functional too. Even the ability for companies to create campaigns as a banker is all functional. All the currency management, functional. What did Alan say at the beginning of this? I'm going to not talk about a thing that's not done. I have things that are 1 week away. I'm not talking about them. Now, if there's like a bug or something, I want you guys to actually help me iron out those, because of course there'd be some type of, like, for example, the iPhone bug. But I have stuff. I have nuclear bombs that are a couple weeks away. I'm not going to talk about them. This is yesterday's work. Okay, deposit via global exchange, great. SnapPay is credit card, something. Don't worry, coming soon. You can, by the way, credit card. Okay, important question there. You could buy with credit card if it's a payment accepted, but if it's a payment method that's accepted by one of the bankers, which, for example, there are. We'll also add credit card via Simplex, because Simplex will be a banker. Everything is there. Withdraw. You can withdraw to a different crypto address. You can withdraw to another vault. I just click different crypto address. You can type in the amount of crypto that you want to withdraw to your, wallet somewhere in this, wherever it is. And then you could go ahead with that withdrawal. If you then wanted to put in the, you just put in the address, you can, I wanted to make sure you guys didn't even have to do the hold on the iPhone and click paste, because there's a paste button. Oh, paste. Or if you don't want the paste, you can take a picture. And we have a custom QR code scanner that picks up things, in my opinion, in better lighting than normal wallets do. And great, finished. I continue. And what it does here is it propagates me to a quick little block check saying, hey, this is your withdrawal stuff. Are you coolio? And then it clicks continue. Oh, this is huge. Crypto lovers. This is one of those small things that should have been figured a long time ago. Okay, this, all honesty, the last part about this is not implemented, but the first part is. You know what this is saying? This is a way to do authentication that the wallet you're sending to is the right one. Anybody who sent more money in crypto than they should have knows the feeling of counting letters. Oh man, I do that a lot. Counting letters. How about we make sure? All right, all of that's lunacy. This is a way for you to validate that the person that sent you the address will get a message. You validate it, bang, bang, bang. So right now it just shows you the wallet to make sure it's legit, but then the second part, 2FA, is what I'm building in. Click continue, transaction's done, and this is the best part about this. If it works, it should work. Yeah, perfect. Guess what just happened? A transaction got initiated. So where can I monitor that? Ding, 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 ding. My block check assistant. Withdrawals, BTC, scroll to the right, initiate transaction, confirm withdraw. Oh my God, withdrawal's taking so long. Let me contact support, no problem. Directly in the app. Remember, Amazon might not have made everything that much faster. They just made everything translucent. So this package, they did make things faster, there's no question about that, but they didn't, that's not even the biggest value. Do you really care that when you order a Coca-Cola can from Amazon, who does that? Like if you order a computer from Amazon, that it's in Missouri on its way to your house? Why is that so valuable? Why is that information so valuable? Why do you prioritize that? Because Once you give people that type of power, they're patient. And the only reason people lose patience is because when you keep them in the dark. By the way, I didn't come up with that. You guys came up with that. You guys told me that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. The only difference is maybe you expected that I would build a human solution for it. Now we ain't building a no human solution. Who I look like, Alan? So coming back to the feed page. And then the last part obviously is support. This is something that I'm building not for just us. I'm literally building this so that I can give it to every crypto company in the world, because I think everybody struggles with support. This is a 4-app support apparatus. You see at the top, 4 apps: chats, on hold, tickets, and learn. So the 2 that work right now are chats, obviously connect directly to your chat, your support team. Tickets, you can submit a ticket based on whatever type of issue it is. On hold is coming. On hold is calling, in-app calling. And learn is learning is just like FAQs. That already, both of those are built. I just want to test them before I release them. So it's not even comparable, obviously. Crypto companies don't offer support. We offered WhatsApp support because we're crazy. And then we built 4-prong support monolith that we'll put into every app and unifies it. And we'll give it to other companies. And you know what's the craziest part about this is? Name an exchange that support sucks apart from Global Exchange. Let's just call it Coin. When Coin becomes a banker, guess what their support's not going to do anymore? Suck. Because they just inherited $2 million worth of infrastructure from a support perspective. Because they'll now have access to this to service you better. All right, Alan.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Do we want to take? I don't think it's prudent to take questions right now because it's just going to be a more like how to can this. If there's anything like systematically flawed in what I said or something that really people need to know, I'll take that on right now. If not, I'll move on to pillar number 2. Guys, I'm going to answer every single one. I want to make, and really, to be honest, I want to make. If you want to know what I really want to do, I want to take every question you have, because every question you have is what everyone else will have. I'm going to make a video of it, and it's going to go into the support page under Learn. I'll show you what the developer profile looks like. If you're a developer, you can obviously get into this, but now I'm just going to release the password for everybody to see. So that's fabulous. LME, and then I think it's in. Yeah, so here is all the support videos. Because again, Warren's voice is always in the back of my head. Nobody's going to be able to find it. This is overwhelming. Valid. So let's organize that, man. Why are we worried? And then when your support team needs to send you, somebody's going to send you a video link that's directly in your Learn tab already. It's all good. So for example, let's say one was about transactions. They would click this. Let's say 10 of these questions right now is how to conduct a transaction, how to this. Great. I'll make a video. It'll go here. You'll have articles directly here, and you'll have the videos directly here so that you can be satisfied. But more importantly, the next person that thinks like you can be satisfied. And then the support team can leverage that. And then you know who else can leverage that? Every banker, because I'm sure you'll have the same questions in that context. Ultimate levels of duplication. Crypto 101, I call it. Talk to me.
If we look at this just on an onset, just quickly, I mean, without getting into the rest, I think 98% of the people are just happy with being able to get the crypto nice and easily, get involved, and all this other deep state stuff that we're going to talk about, like $100 million banker and all these other great features, as something we're going to pick up as we learn as we go along. So just go back to recap what he's saying. I mean, in very short order, once he puts it out, every single cryptocurrency seller, which he was calling a banker, okay, every single cryptocurrency is going to come here because that means they're going to get potentially free customers. So they're going to do that. Now you have the ultimate selection of currencies, everything you need in your palm of your hands. Now, if you weren't watching the chats, Warren, who happens to be his partner, he said, and once they use this app, they will never be able to go anywhere else as it's going to be too complicated. So he's got it down to a science that's so simple that if anybody—
Someone said that, or you said that?
Oh, Warren said it.
Yeah, ask Warren if I know how to buy something from a store.
Probably not.
No, I honestly don't. I actually would be confused. If you forced me at gunpoint to Sharpen, get out of this chair and go buy the towel that you're about to order online, I would be confused. I would do it because I'm afraid that you're going to shoot me. But I would genuinely need some instructions. You know why? That's what Amazon did. And there's a generation of people, of crypto users, that will be mesmerized.
Actually, you know what? That's a really good—
it's actually not an exaggeration. And I'm not that young, because I kind of feel old, but I'm not that young. I'm not like, I remember my parents and me going to stores. I just would not be able to operate in the store anymore. Because it's not even like lifestyles of the rich and fabulous. It's just Amazon's so cheap too.
Yeah. Anyways, but Warren is very correct. So once you get used to this, once you even just come and use it compared to everything else, there is nothing else. So that's number one. Number two, here's what you need to look at from the whole business perspective. I believe a lot of people are here. We're not just talking about being a customer. We're talking about building a business and being on the forefront of something that I believe in my mind, and I've chased the $1 billion dream for a long time, all my life actually, since I was 13. I'm telling you right now, there is nothing on the planet bigger. This is the biggest transfer of wealth going on right now as we speak, as fiat falls and crypto gains. It's happening right now. And what he's done is created the easiest method to get in, which everybody hates, by the way. Okay, abbreviates. That's the first part. Everything else doesn't even matter. Just this alone. Don't even have to discuss the other 4 pillars. This is all you need. Think of it this way. It's like having your house with all the appliances and all the electrical things, and then somebody comes along and says, hey, I've just invented electricity. How valuable would that be to you?
I just want to expound on that before we continue, and I want to continue because I know people want to hear the rest. Why that analogy makes a lot of sense is all of you guys, because you guys are crypto savvy, maybe you're brokers already, or at least crypto savvy, you guys know what you want to do with crypto. You want to speculate, you want to hedge, you want to trade, you want to stake, you want to invest it in opportunities, you want to run businesses. That's privileged knowledge. Like the world doesn't have that knowledge. You're going to go out. Yeah, you're going to go out and give that knowledge to people. Hey, go join crypto for this opportunity, this blah. Okay, great. That's what the broker should do. That's not anything to a global exchange. That'd be outside of global exchange. This is legitimately, the notion of GX broker itself was that it was already electricity, but this is like maybe like, applied currents, like just something that makes it hyper simple. And by the way, guys, V1, this is InstaCrypto V1. Don't leave me in a room. Tell me it's COVID.
That's
Some shit's happening.
All
right, let's rock out. Let's rock. Yo, we're not. Let's because out of time, respecting everybody. I respect you so much just for the fact that you hung in there.
Bottom line is this, okay? Gasoline is to engines, and all of a sudden you're the supplier of gasoline. Well, the supplier that the businesses need, any business in the world, doesn't matter what it is the functionality of being able to get paid and be paid and so on and so forth. That used to be the banks. Now it's coming to crypto, and there's a slight trade-off right now. Some people, we accept crypto. Every single network marketing company I've heard of in the last 2 years has started up. They only accept crypto. You might think that's just insane. Why would you only accept it? Because it's so easy to do in comparison to normal banking systems.
On the company side, it's easy to do.
The bottom line is now it's very easy to do. Yeah. The bottom line is that the entire world is moving over to this format of electricity.
Cool.
And he's at the front of it. And now you're going to be able to supply the electricity for every business that exists. And inside that electricity system, you make money on the freezer, you make money on the air conditioner, you make money on the fan, you make money on every single thing that's out there. You make money on it in this new banking system. And here's the real part. If you've ever been in any network marketing, normally you got to sell something. You don't have to sell anything here.
Yeah, that was the thing that was baked in for them.
The guy has to buy the electricity, and the whole world is moving here. Now, there's some companies that have a little bit, we'll accept it. There's companies that think they should be accepting it, and there's companies that are coming out now in today's world, like him, he only orders online, never goes to a store. But there's some companies coming online that are just saying, well, we only accept crypto. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. The entire world is moving here, which is just a matter of time. Like Uber, where every other cab company that's not Uber flavored is toast. The writing's on the wall, we can see it. That's what's happening in the financial world. And there's no more money in the money business than the money business. So you've got the best absolute frontline way of getting people into this system. And it's like, it's like a whole running of the bulls. The bulls are all coming out, and you just pick out, I'll take this one thing, and just bring them in as fast as you can. Because they're coming here. You don't have to sell them. They're coming looking for this.
Christ.
And even better than that, think about the last 5 months. What we've all seen in the world the last 5 months, everybody in the back of their head, they don't know what it is, but they think something is wrong.
Well, I actually have a video for that.
They're not sure they're not sure what's going on, but in the back of their mind, they're like, there's something wrong with this, there's something wrong. And you could say to a guy, hey, by the way, I've got this whole crypto system. You could come in and start, getting better interest rates, being able to transfer, being able to make money, being able to pay things with it, and so on. You don't need to be in fiat anymore. And they're like, yeah, I don't like crypto. But a week later, they call you up. Hey, you still doing that? Because the world is coming this way. We don't know what's going to trigger them. We just know that it's going to be triggered. So you're at the forefront of the whole world heading your way. All you can do is offer it. You don't have to sell it. You just got to offer it. So it's unbelievable where this is heading. The future is huge, guys. And we haven't got into it yet, but we put in a little pay structure that is going to knock your socks off. Go ahead.
Well, that leads us into the brokerage, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's incredible, Alan, that at age 30 you have this much energy.
28.
Yeah, sorry for ages. Guys, let's rock and roll again. Thank you so much. I'm going to answer all your questions. I'm going to say that. With that being said, second pillar. Oh, second pillar is scary. The second pillar is actually like something I'm scared of. Like, I don't know how to feel about that yet. The second pillar is growing people's crypto. Let me start by saying this. Oh, if you thought that what InstaCrypto is to the function of accessing crypto, every single one of these things I'm going to show you is like that. Don't believe me. Absolutely don't believe me. You probably wouldn't have imagined that there could be something like InstaCrypto. Do you know why I know that? I didn't imagine it either. I didn't think that it could have came, let alone we would have done it.